evening, everybody. Chris Nash here again with today's Talk Radio. Topic today, social media. Is it helping our ability to communicate with people or harming it? With me today, Jim Smith, Head of Research for Human Growth and Development at Wazoo University. Thanks for being with us today, Jim. Thanks for having me, Chris. So, Jim, the question is, with social media becoming the most popular platform online, is it helping our ability to communicate or harming it? Great question, Chris. See, the issue is, when we think about social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and why they were created to help us. And when I say us, I'm talking about the entire human population. They were created to help us connect on a global scale. Something that's obviously been accomplished. However, it's definitely increased our screen time, and for some individuals, it's gotten way out of control. Now, when you ask me if social media harms our ability to communicate with people, I think of two things that don't occur through social media: face-to-face interaction and nonverbal communication. Specifically, eye contact, tone of voice, facial expressions, and even posture, right? All things that are really important in terms of a proper conversation. Now, understand that nonverbal cues allow us to modify our behavior in response to the reactions of others, thus creating a better conversation. Chris, think about the younger generation and the amount of time they spend on social media, or even just the amount of screen time. I just read a survey here that says people between the ages of 8 and 18 spend an average of 7.5 hours a day, 7 days a week, looking at a phone. Think about this. Your kid spends almost half of the time that their eyes are open during the day looking at a screen. So when children are using internet communication so excessively, it takes away from that face-to-face interaction and the ability to develop important social skills. Jim, when you put it that way, social media is destroying the ability to interact with people face-to-face. Hear me out, Chris. Social media has done a lot for the new generation, as well as previous generations. It's created an environment where people can connect with distant friends and family, as well as engage in community activities like charity events. Heck, they can even share their creativity like art and music on these social platforms, as well as get to know people from diverse backgrounds through shared interests. I mean, there are even schools out there that are using blogs and online forums to improve English skills and writing in struggling students. So then where do you stand, Jim? At the end of the day, social media can be a versatile tool. The main concern is the amount of time spent in front of a screen. People feel like they need to constantly check what's going on in the digital world, neglecting the world that's right in front of their eyes. My best recommendation for those of you out there that catch yourself saying, how did you just spend 2 hours in front of YouTube or Facebook? You're not only wasting your time that could be spent progressing your life in a positive manner, you're also negatively impacting the ability to communicate with people on a face-to-face level, which could affect you long term. You wouldn't be able to work in a group environment, or you can't be yourself in that dream job interview, or even blow the date that you've been waiting for all week. Limit yourself to the amount of time you and your kids spend in front of a screen. There's phones out there now that will actually shut down applications for you after spending a certain amount of time on them, for those of you struggling to just put your phone down. Go outside, interact with people, and get better at those face-to-face communication skills. Well, you've definitely enlightened me on the topic and changed my perspective of the amount of time I should be on the phone. Looks like that's all we have for today, guys. John, I really appreciate you being with us here today. And as always, I will see you guys tomorrow.